Last Wednesday, I shared with you 3 challenges. And one of the key challenges was how we focus in on student achievement. I want you to hear how some of you responded to that challenge.
Well, I think one of the things that struck me while I was listening this morning is how the more teachers collaborate together, the better the results are for achievement. So I am going to spread the word on that one.
My goal in my thrust really is to try to renew that commitment with all of my people who have a responsibility for maximizing education for all of the kids that we teach. And I will continue to provide strong leadership in that direction by being a model and working closely with all of our administrative staff, our professional staff, our teachers.
Well, you have to keep the focus on student learning, and there will always be distractors that attempt to pull your focus away from that. But you have to make student learning part of the system you have in place. It has to be what you talk about at the board meetings. It has to be what you do at your administrative meetings. It has to be what you read about in your spare time. And you have to make sure that you get the other stuff done as quickly and as efficiently as possible, and don't let it burden you to the point that you can't focus on our real business, which is moving student learning ahead.
It's our job to find a way to have students learn, and that's every one of them, and we can do that.
Is to make sure that all the teachers are aware of the benchmarks that have to be met, and that they have the capabilities and have the equipment that they need in order to teach those benchmarks.
That the key thing is the teacher with the student in the classroom, and my role is to provide support to those teachers in the form of a cohesive curriculum, instructional strategies, and time to make it happen.
Focus, 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 focus on student achievement.
My second challenge to you was to find ways that you can inspire your team to take on the many challenges that they face.
Immediately, we're going to sit down and have a discussion about administrators or principals in the classroom, working with the teachers, making sure that they're looking at student work.
I'm going to challenge my leadership team to make sure that we're teaching what needs to be taught, giving teachers the freedom to not do things that they've done for many years in some cases, and also to try new things that they've been afraid to try without the fear of bad things possibly happening to them.
The idea of being courageous, having courage, being authentic, and the like, I thought was very interesting. So I'm going to take that back to my administrative team, share that with them, and hopefully they can find some way to implement that in their daily routine.
Courage. The courage to provide leadership and continue the journey.
The one big issue is helping the local school districts address the new standards. That's our goal for 07.
I think that it's really important to take back to our district the ability to really inculcate in our minds that we can be better.
I think that it's important for us to reevaluate and state our mission and make sure that, again, we're on the same page at the same time, and that all of our teachers and community are hearing the exact same message.
I'm going to bring back this whole approach of CASTLE, and that's a continuous improvement mentality with the understanding that it starts with me and them and us.
And my third challenge was to find ways to care for yourself and your family. It's so important.
I try to build time into my day where I can exercise. I like to run and bike.
Every Friday, I have dinner with my spouse without our 3 children, and every Christmas break, if school gets out at 3:30, we are on the road and we travel for 2 weeks.
As a young superintendent, I have young kids. I've got 4 young children, ages 8, 7, 4, and 2. And so when I come home for work, or from work, I spend a lot of time with my kids, and they really lend a perspective to what's important in life, what I'm doing at the office.
Personally, I need to keep physically active to have the energy and deal with the stress, and so I do quite a bit of bicycling and jogging and those types of things.
I walk and I work real hard to stay calm for my sake and everyone else's.
I try to spend as much time as I can with my family. It seems like we're always at sporting events, but we try to steal a weekend here, a weekend there, and just get away, just the five of us.
I think we need to laugh. I think we need to take time away, realize where the priorities are, and that's with our families, and I think that is enough in itself.
My exercise bike is there, and I actually get on it. I just got to get on it with increasing frequency.
I make an appointment for me to work out, and I'll knock off work at 4 o'clock, go work out for a couple hours, and then come back and do a night activity or whatever. So you have to do that.
Well, I try to keep a positive outlook at all times. I get a lot of exercise, take a lot of vitamins, and I try to surround myself with positive people. Fortunately, in the education community, there is no shortage of positive people.
I try to make sure that education is a serious matter, but I also try to not forget about the fun that we can all have in that process. The moment education ceases to be fun, then it's time for all of us to get out of the business.
James, you are correct. Education needs to be fun. I gave a list of words to the crew just to see what you would come up with.
Detroit Lions, futility.
Detroit Lions.
Stank. I live by the Packer fans.
Teamwork.
Not the Detroit Lions, from what I hear at times.
Awful.
Losers. Johnny.
Lost weight.
Haven't seen him lately.
An angler.
No longer a planet.
Finish the sentence of the song. I had a gal.
Her name was Lisa.
I had a gal who lived on a hill.
That I still have after 39 years.
I had a gal and I married her.
Named Sal. If I had a gal named Sal, Sally.
A gal, oh, I've had lots of gals.
I had a gal.
In college?
Michigan Elvis sightings, Newberry, Michigan.
The last I knew, he's still working at a Burger King in Grand Rapids.
Staff party. In Elvis sightings. Where is that then?
Milford, Michigan.
People think that education is easy, but it's not as easy as ABC.
The meat.
ITBS.
The Iowa. The
NBWA.
MMA.
NCLB.
Aranova.
PACT.
AYP.
MLPP.
Gates McGinnity.
WEA.
The meat.
The phonemic awareness. The Woodcock Johnson.
SAT.
PSAT.
MME.
HELP.
Sometimes superintendents are slow to get it, but when they do, watch out.
Kalamazoo? Oh, gosh.
I had a gal.
In Kalamazoo again? Wow, okay. It's got to be in Kalamazoo, right? Kalamazoo. Oh, it's got to be Kalamazoo. It's got to have something to do with Kalamazoo, for sure. Oh, that's got to be in Kalamazoo, I'm sure. It could be a planet, but it's probably in Kalamazoo.